Hey, it's Ken Kraetzer for Sons of American Legion Radio, RallyPoint.com, and today the Association of the U.S. Army. And I have a chance to talk with Army head coach Jeff Monken, and Coach, just had a chance to visit with your friend, Coach Ken Kraetzer, and two of the Navy players, Sean Williams and Anthony Garantjulo. And what is a rivalry for you? We've talked about your close friends with Coach Ken Kraetzer. He said he's known you for 30 years. What is it like to have your biggest game of the year against a close friend?
It's fun. I'm really proud of Kenny. He's just done a tremendous job with the program, and Navy football's never been better than it is under him. He's a tremendous football coach, and it's fun to watch his teams play because the personality of Kenny, the fiery intensity that he has. The great passion he has for the game and for the guys in that program. You see that coming out in his teams. But it also makes it tough because I want to beat his pants off when we play him 2 weeks from now, and I know he feels the same way. And so the friendship is there, and that's never going to go away. The rivalry gets in the way of that a little bit because we can't talk about the things we used to like to talk about, the football and recruiting, and we don't get to talk as often as we used to, but I know there's great respect within our friendship and for each other, and it's fun. It's fun to go out there and embrace Kenny before the game, and just have a chance to talk to him before we go to battle, and then after it's all done, go embrace him again, and get ready for the next year. So. He's a great football coach, and I'm proud of him. But I hope we beat the pants off of him 2 weeks from now here in Philadelphia.
Well, when you look at their team, they played some very good teams. They played Central Florida. They played Notre Dame, Tulsa. Some very good opponents. What do you see? They've been running the ball very well. They've changed quarterbacks back to Zach Gaby. What are some of the things that you see in their offense? It's a mirror image of your option. What are some of the things that are tough to stop about it?
The fact that they're tough, and they got a tough football team. They got guys that play physical, play hard, and they've played 10 bowl teams this year, so they've had a really tough schedule, and they've battled in that league, which has been a really, really good league all year. You watch some of the games and the wins that teams like Central Florida and Cincinnati and Temple, and you go right on down the list. Teams in that league have won the caliber of athletes that they have. So Kenny's doing a great job, and again, it's his personality coming out in that team, the toughness, the intensity, the passion, and it won't be more present anymore all year than it will be on December the 8th. When they come out to play us, they're going to play as hard as they can play. I hope our guys will too, and that's what's going to make it a great football game.
I think it's going to be very competitive. Tell us a little bit about their defense. We just talked with Sean Williams, their outstanding safety, 70-odd tackles this year. How will they approach your offense? They've seen your option. They know what you're going to do. How do you expect they'll approach it?
One of the things that makes this rivalry so interesting is the similarities of the two teams, not just on offense but on defense as well. They are a talented group of guys, and Sean's a really good player. Polu it seems like he's been there forever on the defensive line. There's a lot of guys that have played in this game. They're not going to be they're not rookies. They're not going to be intimidated by a crowd or the atmosphere. They're going to come ready to play. And they're a very physical group of guys. They're very well coached. Dale Pearson, that staff, does a terrific job. I work with Dale. I know what a great football coach he is. And you watch them play. They put their guys in position to play, and they played against some pretty good players this year. And guys have managed to make some plays against them. But you know what? A lot of those same guys are the guys were making plays and winning some of those games a year ago and the year before. So it's the same football team. We know they're tough. We know they're talented. We know they're well coached. And we know it's going to be a battle.
And Coach, we just talked with Bryce Holland, and we've talked with so many of the seniors on your team. Darnell Bullfolks had a terrific year, Andy Davidson, so many players on defense. Tell us a little bit about just how the seniors will lead into this extraordinary game.
I think the seniors probably on both teams feel like this game is theirs. It's the one that they're going to remember forever. It's the one that their class will probably put on their backs for the rest of their lives. Did you win the Army-Navy game as a senior? And so I know it's just with a great sense of pride that both the Army players and the Navy players that are seniors are going to play this game. They're going to want to play their very best, and hopefully our guys won't put too much pressure on themselves to be perfect. It's hard to be perfect. I just hope they'll play really hard, do their job the best they can do it, and if we all do that as a team, then we'll hopefully make enough plays to win the game. And if we don't, if we let emotion get in the way of execution, then we're probably not going to like the results.
Just a final thought. You really embraced the Navy game, the competition, the rivalry. You mentioned the other day you think about it 365 days a year. Why is it that you embrace this rivalry? I think you embrace it personally.
There's never been a rivalry that I've been a part of or that I know of that carries as much pride as the Army-Navy game. The history of this game, what it means to the men and women that we represent in the Army, what it means to the men and women that the Navy team represents. I think it's the greatest rivalry in sports, and it's an iconic game that everybody who loves sports doesn't even need to be football fans. I think anybody that recognizes sports at a big-time level sees the Army-Navy game as one of the great rivalries. And so to win this game and to have those bragging rights for the next year, to me, is a big deal. It's huge for our school, for our alumni, for all the men and women that are wearing the Army uniform. And I feel a tremendous sense of personal responsibility to see that this team wins so that we can give all those soldiers out there all over the world a chance to have bragging rights for the next year. And they've earned it, and they can't play the game, so we want to play it for them, and I want to play it really well so that we represent the United States Army in a way they can be proud of.
Army head coach Jeff Monken here at Army-Navy Media Day. Best wishes from everybody at the American Legion, 1.5 million veterans at rallypoint.com, and our new partner, the Association of the U.S. Army. Great to see you.
Thanks, Ken. Beat Navy.
Okay, it's Ken Kraetzer at Army-Navy Media Day.